So my overall impressions anyway, out of the box, is that good accessories. You get some good skates for off the bat. Great. Standard dongle, USB and sticky side. Everyone's making the same kind of dongle. USB-C and USB-C cable. Great. Yeah, pretty normal. Interchangeable panels. Cool. And you get a screwdriver, which is just tempting you to open up. So I like that. The mouse. Well, we know it's got some issues with the pre-travel on the mains. Like a lot. So they definitely need to fix that. I don't understand why that's so long. I should have picked that up a long time ago. How long have I been gaming? 35 years. A while. Maybe longer. Well, pre-travel is pretty high. Post isn't too bad. It's like a little bit. Post is pretty good, to be fair. So I think we can fix the pre. USB-C, lovely. Side buttons protrude out a little bit more compared to just to the original M4. They're quite set in on that other M4. If you want to look at the M4, this is the original M4 pre-travel, a bit better. A little bit. So they're definitely better on that. But yeah, the side buttons stick out a little bit more, which is better. Not on the diffuser, there's no diffuser, which is good. Again, if you look on the original, you can see the diffuser here, which we've always complained about. We've took that out, which is good. Lovely jubbly, like it. But RGB, looks like the sensor turns off. The RGB is now just where you'd expect it, kind of the rear logo. We'll take a look when we take it down. Scroll wheel, pretty normal. DPI button. You've got off CPI, RGB and PGND, which I'm not sure what that is. PR reckons polling rate instead of CPI, which is the other version. So this has got CPI and then the polling rate's here, but that's got PR, so probably polling rate. Skates are absolutely identical to the original. Sorry for my lighting. But they're identical to the original M4. Same skates, don't look any more rounded. Look identical, would have been nice to see some more round skates. Different holes, you've got the screw holes here for the weight distribution, which is different. Scroll wheel I don't particularly like because it's a split rear one. I've never been a fan of that. Shape wise, yeah, it's a nice M4 shape. It's a little bit tailored at the back compared to other ones. That's the only part I'd say I'm not fond of on this shape, is it tapers in a bit more. If you compare it, it's got a nice thumb point. Compared it to the X-Lite, as we said before, you can see it's got a bit broader back. Here it tapers in, which kind of draws your hand in a bit more. 18:9 hand, so a bit more of an aggressive in curve, but it's not bad. I don't mind. I hate the shape. Pixart 3370. Yep, it's 71 grams, which is good. The original M1 is also 71 grams, so that was pretty impressive that they kept the weight the same as the other. Build quality wise, solid as a rock as they always are. No complaints with build quality. It's got a 500 milliamp battery, I reckon. Yeah, 3370 sensor, no software. The manual tells you all the stuff that you need to do for controls and changing stuff. You can change the debounce, which is pretty cool. We saw in this, you got 2 milliseconds, 4, 8, and 12. Lift off, you can change from 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters. RGB settings, factory reset, how to change the weight balance, and then how to change the rear panel. So to change the rear panel, if you wanted to change it, there's 3 screws. This one, 1, 2, 3. You got to take them out. Once you take those 3 screws out, you can tweak it. Change your rear shell. Put your screws back in. Happy days. So it's different to the M42. You might lose your screws down the hole as well. I'm not sure if I prefer the magnet version or I prefer the non-magnet version. I mean, you can see me having trouble there. You can see my hand, it looks... I mean, look at that, I can't get a screw, man. It's going to troll you. Oh, man. We'll just go for the rear one. You could probably get away with just this rear one of it. Let's see. You should have put one in it. Shouldn't have gone for 3 screw holes. Oh man, can I get that screw in there? No, I can't. We'll be testing it tomorrow on Stream Potato. It's all good, my friend. But I can't get that screw in. That is driving me insane. Look at this. So if you take your rear panel out, you're going to have to try and drop it in here. People are definitely losing them screws. But look, you can't. It's quite awkward to get it in there. Magnetic, maybe. Maybe I should have trusted the magnetic. Yeah, GM8s, that's right. Yeah, they just want to make it. I think they tried to make the rear panel secure, but what they should have done was just put one rear screw in it instead of the 2 extra pieces. Makes it a bit awkward. Back on now. We'll weigh the rear panels in a minute when we do the weight test. Is it heavy with this rear panel? Was it 70.8 before? About the same by the looks of it. You talking about the pen drive? Yeah, I'd say so. Unless you're British, you won't be able to compare, but there's 10p. I've no idea what that size is like compared to a US coin if you're American, but it's similar. You can tell the USB dongle's quite easy. That'll probably help you understand. Stop it reflection. Get an idea. Similar. We definitely get a plus for the extra skates, because that means when I take these off and I wreck them, because if I like going to destroy them, I'll be able to play it tomorrow on Battlefield still with a new pair of skates. So let's try out the weight thing then. You're saying that, well, you can look in the manual, but in the manual it says, look in the manual, adjust these 2 screws out. Well, one thing I can't work out is when we move those screws, how do we adjust the weight? Does it just slide? Or do you have to take something around? Like, look at the manual. And I'm doing this just because that's what people are going to do, right? I'd rather play it myself. It says weight balance, yeah? 2 points, like you won't see very clearly, but it marks these 2 areas. And then it shows you a little bit closer, ramming your screwdriver in the hole. And then all it gives us is this. Like, okay, so, and then it goes to the rear panel. So what does that mean? Like, we'll have to try, right? I'm assuming it moves, but maybe we have to like shimmy it around because you can't, or you have to set the rear panel off, but it doesn't tell us to do that. So we're just going to try these first, and then we'll have a bit more of a play, and then we'll rip it to pieces and see how it's really built. Real side buttons, or that dot crap, no real these, mate. Or they sound it and feel it. I'd say these are real. They're not like, you're talking about something like the X Lite, which has the dots. Like micro switches, aren't they? I think they put some man switches in the sides, I would say. I'm hoping the KL8s. If they've got KL8s on the side, then Xtrfy get an extra point here. If they've cheaped out and not matched it, I'm going to be upset. But they'll be the first mouse company to actually put KL8s on the side and on the front. So, what do you reckon? What's people's guesses? Slightly higher pitched. They're close. I think they've done it. I'd say they've got sides of KL8s. We'll find out in a bit. I hope so. We've got KL8s on the side. Sexy, exactly. But it does sound higher pitched slightly, doesn't it? But it could be the button. Like sometimes a button can do that. So let's try this weight bit. So we've unscrewed these. They used KL4s on the side. They're like, I actually like KL4s. If it did, it'd feel much better than that. To me, they don't. Right, so we've undone the screws, right? I'm a bit worried I'm going to unscrew them too far. They've got a little arrow showing you the centre. You're not going to be able to tell it's like here. Little marker showing you the centre. Yeah, I like the thick feeling of a GM4. So You laughing? Shut up. Missy's taking the piss out of me. I like the feeling of thick things, babe.
That's literally what I just said.
Especially in my hands.
It's not often you get to hold something.
Hey, shut up. I'll never live it down. Bearded wife. Yeah, she's got a beard, yeah.
You wish.
I don't wish you got a beard, thanks.
You wish I was your wife.
Whatever.
Ow.
Well, so they've said to unscrew this, and I cannot. See you in a bit.
Good night.
Good night. I can't get it to adjust the weight. All I can see is it's dropping the panel down. I'm trying to unscrew it as much as I can, right? A little cross. So this one I can't get out. What you can see, I mean, the instructions aren't very good here. We're gonna have to do a video on it, I think. You can see the screw's now right against the base, but you can't get it to move though. So I don't really get it. I can't move the PCB backwards and forwards like you'd expect. Screw it back together. So I'm not overly convinced with the weight shifting at the minute. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I followed the instructions, right? I followed the instructions. Yeah, so we're gonna... It looks like it's moved back a little bit. If you look at the screw, it looks like these both move slightly back. All right. So, well, I followed the instructions. That's all I'm saying. Now we're gonna have to do it. We have to do it Bob's way and take it apart. That's the instructions. Yeah. It doesn't say anywhere there to take the rear panel off, does it? You might think, oh, rear panel off here, but that's showing us how to take the rear panel off. But it's not telling us to do. It just says remove shell. It doesn't say weight balance. Do that and then take the rear panel off. Maybe where it's slightly wrong. And then you got RGB and resets and debounce and stuff. Is it supposed to change the center of gravity? Yeah, correct. Yeah. So either pushes the weight back or pushes it to the front, gives you that adjustment. You've only got though this little bit to adjust it. Not saying that's bad, but let's take the rear panel off and see if we can adjust the weight for people who are going to have to tweak it. Let's see. See if we can shift it that way. If not, then I don't know how Xtrfy are expecting people to adjust the weight. Right. Rear panel off. We've got the lovely Xtrfy logo, which we normally chop off. So let's unscrew it. One good thing is it feels like you can't take the screws all the way out, so I mean, I've got a bit of a click now. Maybe I've over tweaked it. Like, I can't adjust it. You can see here if I do that. I'm feeling the weight could be a bit of a gimmick, as someone said. Like, it's not. I don't know. How do I adjust the weight? What am I missing? What am I missing, Xtrfy? Oh, screws coming loose. See now, this one here is coming a little bit loose. So I don't know. I feel the weight distribution piece is either not really instructed well or it's not quite going to work. So we'll put it back together and then let's tear it down and we'll see how it works and see if we're missing something. I feel like I'm missing something, but we'll see. How heavy is it? 71 grams, same as the, whoops, we've measured it against the wide one. 71. So I'll hold judgment, but I feel like the weight's a little bit of a gimmick that hasn't quite worked in this mouse. Maybe it's not working, or maybe I broke it.